UNP parliamentarian Sajid Premadasa raised questions in Parliament today on the proposal to grant 5 litres of kerosene each under the goal of providing electricity to all under the Mahinda Chintana Vision for the Future manifesto, and the Samruddhi Welfare Fund in Parliament today is fulfilled.
It takes 540 rupees to provide 5 litres at present, so why aren't you providing the 540 rupees as promised? If he can ask the question once again, then we can provide a response. 5 litres costs 540 rupees. Only 200 rupees is being given. As per my question, when will you provide the promised 5 litres? This is what I am asking for the third time. Honourable Speaker, if the Honourable MP had asked this question in this way, we could have given a response. We have provided responses to the questions he asked.
Maybe the person who is receiving it has only asked for that much. Maybe that is why that is all that is being given.
When will this promise be carried out in full? And when will the Samruddhi payment be made 1,000 for all? I can give the response later. This is very unfair. Please read this question. It is very clear.
Ask the second question.
He has not answered the question I asked.
Usually when answering questions on the Samruddhi, it is better to be prepared.
It was revealed in Parliament today that a professor who was connected with the IZ score crisis in the 2011 advanced level examinations passed away following a heart attack. This revelation was made by Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardena.
As of February 2013, students who passed the 20-level advanced level examinations had not been enrolled in the education science faculty. Even after the courts gave a verdict on the Z scores, why have they not been enrolled?
Following the court verdict on the Z scores, a professor had a heart attack and passed away, Professor K.R.M.T. Karunaratne. The verdict caused a major crisis and it was politically motivated. The crisis has caused a delay. There has been no cutback in enrollments. They have been enrolled as per the new Z scores.
Now let's take a quick look at some views expressed both inside and outside Parliament today.
The MP from Matara, Mangala Samaraweera, has filed a case against Sirasa. He has filed a case against Sirasa saying they violated media freedom. What he is saying is do not report on it when they fight each other and when they shoot at each other. Now they will file cases for other things as well. Other TV channels must be careful now. If it is not favourable to them, then the TV station is no good. If something unfavourable to them is being published, then the newspaper is no good. Isn't that what they are saying? The media has a responsibility to report on things correctly. So they have reported correctly. They have reported what happened. They did not report on something that did not happen. A case has been filed against the owner. A case has been filed against Raja Mahendran. That is inappropriate. It is pointless to draw pictures on pieces of paper. What are Mangala Samaraweera and the current leader of the UNP doing? They draw pictures on pieces of paper and say, right, a presidential election is coming, we will put Karu to lead this and put forward a common candidate. What struggle did Ranil Wickremesinghe engage in to win? What struggle did Mangala Samaraweera engage in to win? You are the minister who advised her and brought economic growth in the country to a negative figure of -1.4 for the first time in the history of Sri Lanka. Please wait. Do not go. Why? Please wait, Minister Mangala Samaraweera. Wait. Sit down. This is what you have always done. This is what you did back then. Back then you said Ranil Wickremesinghe could not win. You called him Mr. Bean. Now Mangala Samaraweera is trying to make Ranil Wickremesinghe victorious. He himself said that he cannot win. We wish to say to the MPs of the United National Party that you will never be able to establish a government as long as Mangala Samaraweera is close to Ranil Wickremesinghe. Sujiwa Senasinghe is well aware of this. The opposition in our country cannot win over hearts anymore. They are making leadership councils. Although they are doing this, none of this will be successful. In exactly 2 weeks, this leadership council will be destroyed. It will collapse faster than it was established. Why? Because they hate each other. They are not used to being together. Politicians who switch from green to blue and from blue to green are people who have no creed. It is because of them that the UNP is in this situation. My friends, the UNP was severely battered by 3 terrorist movements in Sri Lanka. We slid from 44% to 30%. The people who brought our party to this pass are the 2 or 3 media terrorists who are with Madam Chandrika Kumaratunga. They have crept into the UNP and have deteriorated our voter base from 30% to 20%.
On business news tonight, the government and the opposition commented on the 2014 budget at 2 separate press conferences held today.
This year, around 110,000 to 120,000 metric tons of big onions were produced. The farmers also received a good price for their produce. The 7,000 metric tons of potatoes, which were imported in 2009, has been cut down to 1,000 metric tons this year. They say the government did not provide any relief to farmers, and there is only 5 billion rupees allocated for the fertilizer subsidy. For the past 5 years, they have been saying that it will be cut down. They are waiting to see it slashed in the next budget. Then they will say it will be slashed after the next parliamentary elections. These are blatant lies. The price of milk powder increased by 100 rupees. A request has been made to increase the price of gas by another 500 rupees. It won't take long for the price increases to come into effect. Transportation fares have increased. Mobile phone charges will be increased by 5%. You received the next text message in this regard once the budget reading was over. Then the price of sprats increased by 16 to 21 rupees. Sugar went up by 3 rupees. The price of a sardine tin increased and the price of dal increased by 20 rupees. The monks are told one thing, the Archbishop is told another thing, and finally a completely different thing is said in Parliament. They are trying to set up casinos everywhere. Is this all they can sell?
Tonight on Words of Wisdom, we have the thoughts of former South African President Nelson Mandela.
A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that at the end, he and the other side must be closer and thus emerge stronger. You don't have that idea when you are arrogant, superficial and uniformed. Nelson Mandela.
The Inter Mega Karmanda 2013, the industries and sales exhibition sponsored by Newsfirst, will commence tomorrow at the Kandy City Centre.
The exhibition is organised by the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of the Central Province. The exhibition will take place until the 1st of December.
The Chamber of Commerce and Industry of the Central Province, the National Enterprise Development Authority, the District Secretariat, the Central Provincial Council and the Central Bank of Sri Lanka have joined with us to host this massive exhibition. The KCC and other institutions are sponsoring this. We have placed our faith on Newsfirst. This is a successful exhibition.
The Inter Mega Karmanta 2013 exhibition will be held daily from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Musical shows will also take place daily.
Well, let's take a quick look at the social service rendered by one of the 12 finalists for the WE Awards 2013.
WE Awards 2013.
This lady makes the world a better place on a daily basis, bringing a mother's love to all children in her care. She is Tilaka Dikretsa. A resident of Handala in Wattala, Tilaka is more than a social service worker to these children. She is, in every sense of the word, their mother. Tilaka Dekretsa, who cares for the children not only at the Preetipura Children's Home but at 2 other homes, is a true testament to humanity's capacity for compassion.
And that's a wrap for this edition of Newsfirst Primetime News. I'm Madhushka Balasuriya.
And I'm Mahina Bongzo. As usual, we leave you with a look at the weather forecast.
Good night.
Newsfirst at 9.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.